Very good. All right. So now this is the Yom for today. The Yom, today's HaYom Yom, a daily saying. And also, I'm going to tell you a story. I think yesterday was successful. I want to tell a story, a Chassidic story. Yom. First, let's do the Yom. Man's avoda, man's service of God. One second. Man's service of God, according to Chassidut, is you have to accustom yourself to see the divine direction, how God is directing everything. God in his goodness renews the universe and everything in it all the time. But he does it with what do you call it? Here he calls it providence. He does it with divine intention and direction, which means all reality, all life force and existence, and also every interaction of everything. That's service, according to Hasidus, to accustom yourself to perceive the godliness in every detail of the world, the creator in every aspect of creation, every rock, every stone. Good. Now, story. Hasidic story. Let's turn this here. 1 second. I'll do this. Right. So let's bring this up like this. And what do you say about that? I think it's not so good. All right, that's what we got. Maybe we have to have a new camera. That's all right. All right, ready? About ice. Ice. This Korach is ice. A Baal Shem Tov story about ice. Once the Baal Shem Tov took his pupils, told his pupils to dress warm. It was in Ukraine, right? In the winter over there, it gets, who knows, 20 degrees below zero. To dress warm, come with him. So they all dressed warm, put on the coats, boots, and everything. And Baal Shem Tov, it was still daytime. He took them near the river. The river was frozen over. And they hid. It was 10 pupils. How many he took? And they hid in some bushes. And he told them to wait. And the sun set. And it started really getting cold. They were really cold. But the Baal Shem Tov told everybody to be quiet. And sure enough, after 15, 20 minutes after the sunset, they heard in the distance drums. Boom, 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 boom. And they saw like little flickering lights in the distance. And they saw it was a procession coming from this monastery, a church, whatever. And they came and this procession was like 100 of these monks or priests or whatever. And they stood on the ice, and they made a circle, big circle around the ice, and they started singing some sort of chants or whatever word songs. What do they call it anyway? Church songs, dirges, not dirges, anyway. And they sing these songs. And one of them came. And then one of the priests, maybe the highest priest, whatever, and they made this big cross in the ice. And then they danced around it more and they sang these more of these, what is this, the songs, these church songs. I can't remember what they call them, but anyway. And, these monotone things, these monotone songs. And then they went back with the torches, and they had the torches and everything, and they went back. Meanwhile, the pupils of the Baal Shem Tov see this terribly disgusting thing. It's the opposite of Judaism. It's really idolatry. And they heard this music and everything. And the Baal Shem Tov said, we can go back. So they go back. And the pupils say, what in the world did you take us to see a thing like this for? It'll be etched in our memory. This is terrible. So the Baal Shem Tov said, I came to teach you a very important lesson. He said, you should know that in the summers, this is a flowing river. Says for sure nobody can stand on it. It's like the soul. When the soul is flowing and it's warm, then for sure nobody can stand on it, and for sure nobody can carve anything in it, for sure not a cross. But when a person gets cold and life becomes frozen, then it's possible not only for foreign forces to stand on it, but even more to carve into it idolatry. And that's the lesson. A Jew always has to be warm. And that's what Korach wanted to avoid, this warmness. You want to freeze the world. Everybody's okay the way they are. You don't have to be warm. You don't have to be changing yourself. You don't have to be dynamic in your inner connection to God. That's what Korach said. And we say you have to be warm and flowing and changing and dynamic constantly. That's the lesson of the Baal Shem Tov. Have a good day with Mashiach now.
How are you? Hello?
Yes, hello.